Yeah. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Today we'll be talking about sessions in PHP. I'm Professor. Let's just get started on sessions on PHP. We'll be basically from this topic we're going to learn about what session is, why we use session, how to use session, and the rest. So let's get started. So what is a PHP session? So a session is a way to store information in variables to be used across multiple pages. Also, a session creates a file in a temporary directory on the server which registers session variables and their values are stored. Their data is available on all pages on the site during the visit. Unlike a cookie, the information is not stored on the user's computer. So basically, uh, all information on the session is stored on the server so that we can actually move data from one page to another page, saving it. So let's have more in-depth on what session is. Uh, so, so when you work on an application, you open it, you do some changes, then you close it. This is more like a session. So the computer knows who you are, it knows where you start the application, when you end. But on the internet, there's some problem. Web servers doesn't know who you are or what you do because HTTP addresses don't maintain state. So basically, what this means that session actually helps us to maintain state, to know who this person is, to know what action was changed on this page that will be used in the next page. So session variables solve this problem by storing user information to be used across multiple pages, e.g. username, favorite color, etc. By default, session variables last until the user closes the browser. So session variables hold information about one single user and are available to all pages in one application. So basically what this is saying, sessions are just used for one particular user. So let's say you're using an application like Jumia and you start a session there. Your session can be shared with another user using another using another um, using another application. And sessions are so wonderful that if you have two browsers on your on your on your PC accessing the same website, you can't share the same session on the both of them because you're using different browsers. So session is just unique with the browser and the application you are interacting with. So um, so now, how can you start a section? So a section is started with the session under some start function, and the session variables are set in the PHP global variable. So let's just look at how we can start a function and how we can start the session. So sorry, I'm using so sorry, I'm not using my look editor. I'm using an online editor to is like if you've been in my class before, you notice I'm kind of using PHP Sandbox. It's kind of a place where we write PHP code. So I just have something called Echo Zero. So let me start my session. So the way I can start my session is is doing this session underscore start. So, and by doing this, my session has started already. Like this is this is everything is done, session is running. So another thing I want to do is kind of introduce some session variables. So let us have a doc type here. Sorry. What's wrong? Yeah, so HTML body. So I'll close my body, then I'll close my HTML. So now this is basically how we start session in PHP. Now, this is a very serious note. So it's very bad practice to put your session inside your HTML, like do something like this. It's a very, very bad practice. Always advisable to start your session before any HTML tag. So that is putting at the top. This is always the best way to start your session. It's a best practice when writing sessions in PHP. So session variables are set to the PHP global variable called variable underscore section. Like by now, I know must have known about global variables. I'm not going to treat them, but let me just drop some. We have get, we have post, we have global, we have session. But today we are looking just at session. So let's write a global session variable. So I'm going to create, I'm going to set session variables. Yeah. So like I said, I'm using the global variable, PHP global variable. So that will be session. Let's just call this pool is equals to bar. And let's just do another one saying class PHP. Yeah. So basically, and let me just throw this section variable set. Yeah. So this it's so this just I'm setting my global variables here and just echoing this out. So now basically this a way of setting of starting a PHP session. We have this first, and like I said, this must always be before any HTML tags, and we can have our global PHP variable. So next thing is getting. Now you might ask yourself, how can I get my PHP session variable? So let's say you have declared one already. How can you get them? So let's do something else. So now, like, let's see how session works. Notice I declared this variable here, and I need another page. So I can create another page called. Let me call this page php. So let me check php. Is empty. So for me to know I'm here, let me just say, let me just do this. Echo yeah. Okay, let me just make it explicit. Let's go to the page. So I want to get this variable I declared here, session full. So for me to do that, I'll just do this to make this pretty. Do break. So I want to echo session full. So let's see what we have. Undefined. Oh, yeah. So the reason why this is not working is because I didn't declare my section start. That's why it's not working. So I actually need to do this. Like anywhere you're going to use your session, you need to declare session start. So let me do this. Session set. So let me get on my session. I have a feeling this application doesn't allow external styles, external doesn't allow session. Yeah, so it doesn't allow session. I need to use my browser. So I need to use my code editor. So a minute, let me fire this up. Yeah, so I'm going to have my index.php and my query.php. So let me get this from here. I'm moving from here to my code editor. So I have this. I'm going to have this. Trying to zoom in. Yeah, this looks good. Yeah. This looks good. So the next thing for me is to start my PHP server. So HTTP host. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So right now I'm using my local server. Not using this again. Yeah. Yeah, so local variables are set. So let me go to my zero.php. Let's see if this works here. Yeah, so that guy doesn't actually support sessions. So I was trying to just echo out the the, um, the variable I declared before, the session I declared before, which is full. But let me just declare class instead. So I'll just say class, and I will have PHP. Yeah. So that's how we get. So if you notice, it's because I'm under this particular route, I can actually see. So let's say I come back here and change this to Zuri PHP. I come back here, I fire this, then I go back to my Zuri PHP. You see, it changed to Zuri PHP. So now this is just an example of session. It acts like a state management, passing data from one page to another page, and it only works on this particular browser. So let's say open up my Mozilla. So you can see I'm getting undefined index here, but here I'm getting Zuri.php, Zuri PHP. Yeah, because it's actually the session is working for this. It's already registered on this particular browser, but it's not registered on this browser. That's why I'm getting this error. So this is just a brief explanation of session. So notice the session variables are not passed entirely on every page. Instead, you retrieve the session from the session we open at the beginning of each page session start. Also notice all session variables are stored with the global session variable. Another way to show session variables is to run, so which we have done already. So another thing is, how does this work? So this how it works. So most sessions use a user key on the user computer that looks something like this. So now let me show you that. Inspect storage. I always have issues with this, so I'm sorry. Application, yeah. No, yeah, session storage. So let's go back to this. Uh, let me to show here. Let me to show here. Yeah, so this is where all sessions can see the key generated here, like it's been said there. So when it scans for the computer for that user key, if there's a match, it accesses the session. If not, it starts a new session. So basically, what it does, like um, when your session is, you go to another page, the session starts checks if a section is already in place. If there's none in place, it creates a new one. But if there's already in place, it just gets the data from that particular session. So how can we modify a session? So you can modify a PHP session by changing the session variable just to overwrite it. So let's try that. So you can remember when we came to this place, Zuri PHP, we get Zuri PHP. So let's say I want to change it to something else. So I can just say Zuri class is equals to I just say Zuri PHP session class. And let's run it. Sorry, I meant to do it in this other page, not here. Gosh, I lost it. I lost it. Zuri. Yeah. So now it has changed to Zuri PHP session class. So that's another way you can modify it. You can just change it in that particular file, then it gets modified on, on the browser, on it, sorry, on the browser, yeah. So we can also destroy a PHP session. So what is destroying PHP? We just remove all global session variable, destroy the session. We can use two functions. We can either use session or set or session destroy. So session destroy just destroy the existing session. So what this means, like stopping the session and also um, removing a variable. But session on set just keeps the session running, but removes all the sessions. So let's do an example. So I can just say session. So I can just, so let me just do this. Let me create another file called um, destroy session. Sorry, session.php. So yeah, I'll just do sorry, session underscore onset. Yeah, so I have this. So I'll come to Zuri PHP. It's still showing this. So let me come here and get this page. Let me just echo this. Let's echo session variables on set. Yes. So let me just go to destroy. Sorry. Story. Yeah, I just call it that. The story sessions.php. Oh, I didn't say. Yeah. So we can see session on set. So let's go back here and just make this a very good refresh. Oh, yeah, same mistake I made again. So we actually meant to do this always. We actually meant to start the session so that we can play the session. So that's while session and set start session and set. Well, let me destroy the session. So why are you not clearing? Let's try this again and then just call 0. I think my browser cache is actually still keeping this session. So, yeah, but that's basically how to destroy a section. My browser is actually caching this session. So that's basically how to delete a session. So That's all for me. That's basically what we session to do. So there are some things I need to tell you about session. So session does not actually replace the database. If you want to keep data permanently, it's better you use session. But let's say you want to keep some temporary data like the user changing the color of a page to red, you want that to be across all pages. You have to use something like session. It doesn't make sense using your browse your database to say something like that. It's better you use your session for that particular user. So sessions are not meant to store permanent data. They are just used for things like user authentication, majorly user authentication, and changing some values that users want to keep in place. So if you have any questions, you can drop them on the YouTube channel or drop them in the channel so that I can. If you have any questions, can you just drop them so I can answer them on any questions you have on session. Let me go through them and answer them. Or you can just drop them on Zoom. Questions you can. If you have any questions, just shoot. Let me hear your questions. Since you don't have any questions, so yeah, that's all for sessions in PHP. If you have any question, you can still come to the channel and drop them. I'll be able to answer them and help you with it so far. So it's nice having you. Bye bye.